Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Qmenera, your favorite queer Numenera pod/vodcast. We're excited to have you with us and hope you enjoy our game. If you love our show, we hope you'll rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you consume your pod/vodcast. Every review brightens our day and helps new listeners to find us. We don't pay to advertise our show, so we hope you'll recommend us to your friends and just about anyone. Keep up to date with all our shenanigans, streams, and giveaways by following us on Twitter at EQPoints. If you want notifications for when we're streaming our episodes before they're released, be sure to follow us on twitch.tv/experiencepoints and say hi. We love chatting with all of you. Stay tuned after the episode for some more exciting announcements.
Be gay.
Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.
Hello. Welcome to your favorite Numenera all queer cast. Podcast, live stream, whatever you want to call us today. I'm Kelrick. I'm your narrator. My pronouns are he, him. And this is my fabulous cast. Why don't we just start with Cage?
Mean. What's up, y'all? I'm Cage. I use she, hers pronouns, and today I'll be playing Charlie, who's a strong-willed nana who talks to machines who also uses she, hers pronouns.
Hi, my name is Aaron. I play Railu, a graceful glaive who speaks with a silver tongue, and both of us use they, them pronouns.
Cool. I am Kenny. My pronouns are he, they, and I play Hillian Jossa, an earnest Jack who howls at the moon, whose pronouns are he, him.
Okay, so recap is going to be super simple. It is, you're at Charlie's house. You've discovered that Marcus has found a vehicle, a something, and you decided that you would go with Marcus so that you could see if you could get it up and running. Anyone have anything else to add to that?
No, sounds about right.
Yep.
Cool. Marcus is running back to town and picking up supplies. And Marcus has their own anine, so you don't have to share, because that's not who you are as people. And they will be back in 5 minutes.
Hey,
What do
we
you
let
do?
Cage borrow an anine, first off.
Yeah. So, you have 5 minutes before Marcus gets back. Are you doing anything?
No.
Good answer. Anyone else?
I think Charlie would just kind of go through her home and, like, just get a couple of things in order, and maybe even stick a couple of things in her pack. Like, she probably had some things that could serve as like rations or whatever laying around.
The goat ate them.
Oh yeah, that's right. The goat ate them all. Yeah, but she'll probably have like some little things that just like she doesn't know now when she's gonna be back next. So there might be some things that are just they're non-essential but sentimental, and she'll just stick them in her pack.
Okay.
Railu basically cleared off the closest cushy area, and probably much to Cage's like, don't touch my shit. I just like put shit for. I'm assuming it's cluttered, right? Am I wrong?
I mean, it's not like a hoarder's paradise, but
Okay.
it's like there's trinkets around, and like she's clearly like was in the middle of some project when she left and didn't end up coming back to it, and but it's not like every surface is covered with junk, but there are definitely piles of things
Fair.
placed around the house.
Well, Railu found the nearest Chase Lounge or Chase Lounge adjacent and reclined immediately and was like, I'm so over today.
And I think Hillian would have taken Jacques out around the yard to find the best edible rations that are like outside.
Okay.
So like rough foraging.
Okay. Cage, I'm going to need you to send me a list of the things you take with you.
Okay.
You have time.
All right.
Make a note.
Just making a bunch of oddities that can be helpful in really specific situations.
And toenail clippers. Always come in handy.
That's totally an oddity in this world.
Everyone has toe claws?
Really? Okay. All right. So Marcus gets back. I'm going to assume you all have slept. You've spent one whole night. Marcus comes back, has their Anine loaded up with supplies, and as they come up, they're just like calling out, "Are y'all ready? Hello? Hello?"
How early is it? Because
It's
they kept saying they were going to show up way too early.
yeah, it's like just after sunrise. Like just. I mean, it's only safe enough to travel so that you can see kind of light. Hello? Oh my
Weirdly
God.
enough, I feel like Railu is an early riser when they aren't demanded it of them. Like, Railu is a merchant and, like, also a very physical person. They definitely got to do their exercise and stuff. I feel like Railu is up, but I feel like Railu hears someone else and lays back down. Like, Railu purposefully sits back on the chase lounge that they had fallen asleep on. And not pretending to be asleep, just, like, lounging very lazily now.
The worst.
They ran a 5K earlier, and now they're like,
Is Charlie up?
Yeah, I think Charlie would be up.
Okay. So
Sorry.
Marcus is like,
My partner walked into the room, so I was a little bit distracted for a minute. So Marcus is at the door.
yeah, Marcus is on there, Anine, just calling out.
Oh,
And
well, yeah. Charlie would be like, "All right, let's get moving."
yeah, as Marcus calls out and no one's coming out, you start hearing this. And it's that plant hitting the side of the enclosure. Just because.
I imagine before we leave too, Charlie will just double check the security system on those things because she doesn't need to come back to find that like the plants have taken over the house.
Or more. That's fair. Yeah.
So
How
she'll
you
probably be
fixed
like,
it, didn't
Railu, can you please leave? I need to double check this.
Railu just waves their hand, like, yeah. And, like, starts packing up their shit, because you know it's probably everywhere. We stayed for less than 24 hours, and Riley was like, damn, I really got to air out these shoes, or whatever. Like, who knows?
Is Hillian doing anything?
Yeah, I think Hillian was already making breakfast, like with whatever supplies were in the kitchen. Like there was hot water on.
Cool. Okay. Well, I guess Marcus would come down when they see Charlie come out to go work on the defenses for the greenhouse and would join you and be like, sleep okay?
Yeah, I think we slept all right all around. We've just been packing up some things and making sure we're ready to hit the road again.
Well, no time like the present.
Yeah, I'm just making sure these plants don't overtake the house. You know how they are.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, can I help?
Would Marcus have like a familiarity with this stuff? Because she wouldn't let him touch it or them touch it if
Marcus
they
has
weren't
been
familiar.
semi sort of living there on and off, and you two are really close. So I think you would have spent a lot more time out at here than in Druissi proper. So
Okay.
probably. And I mean, really, they're just company. They're just
Yeah.
hanging out with you. They don't know Hillian or Railu all that well. So they'd be like, we never see each other. Let's get as much just us time as possible.
Yeah. So Charlie will invite them to come along, and if there's something that seems like simplistic enough, we'll probably direct Marcus to like, just touch this panel, and if it lights green, then we're good to go, or whatever.
Yeah. Give me a perception check, please.
Yeah. Is that just like an intellect roll, or?
Yep. That's all it is. 11. Yeah, that's really good. No effort applied. So I think for y'all, this is just a standard, no big deal. So yeah, your target was 6. I'm awake.
Okay.
Sure.
Whew.
All right. So everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. You're all set. Probably took you just a quick 15 minutes. And
I think if Railu and Hillian were like all packed up and stuff, Railu asked Hillian to go spar with them out front. Believe it or not an uncommon occurrence.
that makes sense.
So like Railu was bored and needed to get this. Okay, so here's the thing. It's a side story, but we're gonna go there anyway. I've decided, much like me, Railu also has ADHD, which is why they're fucking always all over the place. And so like Railu was like, I need something to do. This is ridiculous. They're gonna go do their plant thing. Hillian, let's go get some exercise.
Oh, okay, but I'm still eating. And there's tea and coffee, and I found this great root that if you just gnaw on it a little bit and then spit it out into the cup and then add some more hot water is very sweet.
Railu's ears perked up at coffee, and Railu will go and swig some coffee, and then be more jittery.
I feel like Hillian is used to Railu's different moods and persuasions and accommodates and exacerbates.
Hillian's like, yeah, you always talk more when you get coffee. You should have coffee.
That way people can ignore me and I can go wander off.
Except you, Railu, who has to pay as much attention as possible.
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
What else am I going to pay attention to? The forest for the 12th day? No.
Fair. Okay. So, all of you meet up. I'm sure Charlie and Marcus join for breakfast. Y'all eat. Are y'all ready? What do you need?
A
Anything?
destination to move onward.
Great. So, you all have decided to go directly north from Druissi, and then you will go west, and just north of Padden, back inside the forest, is where you will find this vehicle. So if you want to get underway, the trip should take you at a pretty healthy pace, 7-ish days. If you're ready to get underway, then you can head north around Druissi. It'll probably take you 2-ish days to get out of the Baadenu forest. So
whatever it takes to get out of this dumb forest, Railu is so ready. Like, get me out of here. Railu will wake up early for this shit.
If Railu ever says that out loud, Charlie won't probably say a whole lot. Will look kind of offended because this is Charlie's home. I mean, she lived here the majority of her life between Druissi and Ephraimon. So she's probably like, what do you have against this place?
I don't think Railu's
so hurt that she
directly
would,
said it, but we all know Railu's not having fun in this forest anymore.
Yeah.
we also know that Railu would say it. I mean,
Railu,
they totally would.
Railu has definitely been ready to get out of the forest, but I feel like Railu wouldn't directly be like, I hate this forest specifically.
I hate this tree. Kick this
Railu's
tree.
been complaining. Railu's definitely like, I'm so ready to get out of here. We need to get out of somewhere where the convergence can't constantly be around us and where we cannot get attacked by Jiraskar. I'm tired of the woods. I just want to find a nice city with a bath. And of course, we're stuck out here. This is the rant that's happening while we're leaving.
Yeah.
So Railu is Ariel. Got it.
Yes. That's fair. Yeah.
Take me where the people are.
What's that called again?
Amazing.
A bath.
Oh, how luxurious. Yeah, so I think Charlie would probably not like overtly like say something to Railu, but like we'll probably look at Railu and be like have that like it's not that bad here. Like I don't know what you're complaining about kind of look. But won't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I think that for Railu, it's not like, oh, I hate the forest. It's we've been here for so long. I think Railu's excitement of getting out of here is what has brought this on. Like, because until now, when we were stuck in the forest, Railu's been like, yeah, this is the cards we've been dealt. But Railu is so excited to be out of this forest and headed back west towards the great beyond, because that means we're getting closer to civilization. And Railu's not 100% convinced that Railu's staying in the beyond yet.
Okay. As y'all get underway, you have this lovely interaction. Let me see. Why don't we get Hillian to roll some percentile dice for me? High or low?
All right. Let's do. I mean, always shoot for high, right?
Yeah. Oh,
52.
Oh, just made it.
Awesome.
That's like the epitome of this game right there.
Yes.
Just me.
Like,
Yeah. As you all are forging through the forest, because there is no road out of the Bogdano forest this way, you all are just cutting trail. And as you do so, Hillian notices some bright, colorful spots off to the east and stops the group, gets you all to just freeze and make no noise. And he just sort of points, and all of you see just these bright, colorful spots, and whatever it was just sort of fades away heading east. And so you very narrowly avoid whatever that danger was. It's about lunchtime.
Could I postulate that it was possibly a Jiraskar?
Oh, you would not be too far off, I think, if you were to make that inference. I mean, you have killed one, so I'm sure you're familiar with their markings at this point.
Their visual acuity is based off of movement, so we're all gonna stand still, okay? I saw this in a Wait.
Saw this in a movie. I once watched a hologram.
Yes.
there's some hieroglyphs on the tablet that I saw one time.
Hillian, add this to his pack, actually has an oddity that
It's actually like an what is it? An antiquity from like one of the other like the third world, and it's actually a old DVD copy of Jurassic Park.
yes, that's what you have. Add it to your pack.
I love that you think that we're the third world. I feel like we're at best second world.
So, all right. So y'all are able to traverse the first day. Maybe having seen a Jiraskar. Didn't have to fight it. Hooray.
Fun
And
Jiraskar.
you're the one who asked for it. Literally asked for it.
I never said, hey, a coward, give me a Jiraskar to fight. I said, I will fight a Jiraskar, and I did fight a Jiraskar.
Would you like me to find the audio clip?
Sure.
Because I can.
Because I think it's on Twitter.
Yeah. You were like, bring on a Jiraskar. So I brought a Jiraskar.
And I'm pretty sure I was like, don't be saying anything that you don't want to have come true. I'm pretty sure was my exact response.
Listen, Kelric has children, and we need to teach him that they're going to challenge him, and he's got to step up to the plate.
Oh no, that's already happened.
I know. Oh, I know.
So, y'all are able to take a break. You set up camp. What are you going to do to make sure that y'all are safe for the evening and that your anines don't get eaten? This is a much more wild area than you all have camped in the entire time you've been in the forest.
We'll probably have to set up a watch.
Yeah, that would be good.
So,
Hillian is best with the animals. Perhaps, do you have any recommendations on where to, like, what is the best place to pitch them? Or Marcus and Charlie, you two know the forest best. I mean, have you cut through it like this before? Do you know, like, the best way to protect the anine from being spooked?
what I'm hearing is Riley wants to get rid of all responsibility. And
I try to seek the advice of others, and all I get for it
is called out about this. Perfect.
Listen, when Railu takes charge, they're bad. When they try to let others take charge, they're bad. I get it.
Well,
I mean, I think Charlie's like suggestion would just be like making sure that we have a watch set. And I mean, she's not super duper familiar with like anines. Like she's traveled with them, but mostly on like the main roads where they've had like camp areas. So her best suggestion would just to be make sure that we have at least one or two people alert at all times.
Yeah, and Hillian would say, I think we need to tie up the anine near camp, but not too close to the fire. And we also have to make sure they have plenty of water and something to eat.
okay. You all do that. I was wondering if you have any oddities or ciphers that you thought would be helpful, but I'm cool with
I have an
y'all
explosive
just
that'll take
hanging
care of our
out.
anine problem. I have amulet that generates fish. Does that help?
Hey,
I mean, that's food.
I am pointing out to you that you are not just
giving you shit.
cave people who have found mounts. You all have tools that perhaps will work, perhaps not. It's up to you all. So if you're just going to set watch, who's got first watch?
I can, Charlie, I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I'm going to also use my cipher, the remote viewer, and have it around the anine, so that whomever is doing watch can watch both the anine and whatever side of camp they want to. And it lasts for 5 hours.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that is set up. Are you setting up for the first watch or the first half of the evening or the second half?
It's so probably, I don't know. I think second half.
Okay. So, Charlie, if you would roll 2d10 and high or low.
Oh, let's do high. Ew.
84.
I'll take it.
It is the quietest, most calm and peaceful watch you've ever had. It might be one of the first watches you've ever had. And you're like, this is easy. Nothing happens.
Great.
And who's on second watch?
She'll sleep easy.
I think Hillian is going to be on second watch since he's using his cipher.
Great. Please roll percentage dice, and because you're using the remote viewer, I'll even make it to where high is anything above 25. Now
All
that I've given
right.
you a number,
Yeah.
perhaps you will roll low.
Now, because you said 25, it's going to be below, but let's do it.
Roll them up.
57.
57. Nothing happens. Most calm, peaceful. Oh, it's lovely. There's the creaking of the woods that's ever present. There are minor chirping. Your little dick-sized goat friend is very affectionate and cuddly. It's beautiful. Yes, just so. And that means Railu. You
Yes.
also have the remote viewer because it's good for 5 hours. So
Cool.
whichever direction, just let me know high or low. You get 75% chance of nothing happening.
I'm gonna go low because it's me.
Okay, so 54.
54.
Yeah, you just had to roll under a 75, so you did fine.
Woo.
It's a good thing there's a remote viewer, isn't there? All right, so peaceful night. Everyone wakes up, and Marcus has gotten up early, is making breakfast. They're sort of thank you for not having to take a watch, and y'all are ready to start a second day. This day should get you out of the forest. So, how early do you want to get on the road?
Railu is excited to be out of the forest. So, and also since Railu had last watch, they just stayed up.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
you got a good, solid night's sleep. Just have to wake up.
well, yeah, I figured they got all their sleep the first
2
chunk,
watches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What were you gonna say?
Hillian is, he camps all the time, so he's, cooking extravagant breakfast, again, more teas and coffees. So, if Railu's excited to get on, Riley's going to have to do some dishes.
So,
Railu just is weird. I don't know how it happened, but Railu just got so big. I'm just kidding.
oh, Railu, my sweet angel. Okay, so you all are packing up and getting ready to go. I would like for Railu and Charlie to roll perception checks, please.
Yeah, it's a very specific 2 people.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a level of effort, I think.
What? Why?
Just
I got
cause.
I didn't use effort.
All right. So, yeah, both of you notice that Hillian's slap bracelet oddity it has a blue dot that's just sort of very slowly flashing on it. And it's not bright, but you two just notice it.
And this was an item that we were not able to discern what it did, correct? Right?
Yeah,
Everybody
all
failed
of
their
your
checks
rolls
on that.
failed.
Okay,
Hard. Failed
great.
hard.
Would Charlie know whether Marcus would have a skill in maybe identifying what that could do?
You know that Marcus is sort of a jack of all trades, but if you were to ask, Marcus knows nothing.
Okay.
Marcus
Great.
is a Jon Snow where this oddity is concerned.
Great.
So, you two notice that. I think, Hillian, it is on the outside of your wrist, so you do not notice this. This is not a thing.
Does it typically go... does it make a sound or
Nope.
do anything else? Vibrate? Nothing? Nope, just
That's why I was just
subtle blinking.
Yep. Yeah, it's real slow. It's just sort of it comes on for just a moment every 30 seconds or so. It's not a super noticeable
Hillian
thing.
needs things turned up to 11 and vibrate like an earthquake to notice. So, yeah, no notice.
All right.
We're
so,
nowhere near Hillian's transformation, right?
No? You
No.
are not?
That
Weird
happened
thing.
not too long ago.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It was like 3 or 4 days, but I'm just trying to figure out like what could it be?
Yeah, it's
Because we know
roughly
it's in
been
relation to
2 days since your last one. So you have a whole month before that cycle starts again for you.
That's-
right.
All right. So you all head on out. And today, let's have Railu roll to see if anything happens. High or low?
That's Cowork's way of saying, "Hey, let's have something happen." By the way,
Oh, no.
that's
You're traveling. There will be plenty
You
of
nat
things to
one on a
happen.
percentage roll?
oh yes, you can.
Then I have faith.
Yeah, I'm gonna go low.
Oh,
25.
Yeah, this
job.
is incredible, by the way. For anybody who has not seen or listened to our show here, this is
Unprecedented.
heard of.
Absolutely. Holy smokes.
Hedging your bets and going low. Good job.
I always go low in percentages because I know myself.
Great. So the 4 of you are traveling along, and you, by the end of the day, you are on the very outskirts of the forest. And you had discussed you don't actually want to like be outside of the forest because you don't want anyone on the open plain to be able to see you, because there are a lot of hazards that way as well. So have you changed your mind, or do you want to completely exit?
I feel like that still feels like the safest thing, but I imagine Railu seeing like the open like clearing and just like sprinting for it.
It's not so dramatic, but it's really the, Railu's like, when we take breaks, Railu definitely wanders outside of the tree line just a little bit, just to gaze over the plains and be like, oh, thank God. Somewhere defensible.
The plains are defensible.
It's way more defensible than having high vantage points surrounding you constantly.
Fair enough. Okay. So, once again, the 4 of you set up camp, and it is time to start heading east in the morning. And do you all have anything to talk about, or are you... I mean, west.
Okay,
West.
I was like, are we heading east?
No,
I was
you're
like,
heading
where are we
west.
going?
Please do just... Yeah.
Don't head east.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, let's go
So-
back deep into the forest.
I actually think north is a great option.
All right. So...
Keller's like, and the show is canceled.
This is every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. This is great. Do you all have anything to talk about as the evening progresses?
I mean, if we're truly bored, Railu would just look at Marcus and be like, so what can we expect in these ruins, I think you said? Like, have you already cleared it? Are there, like, traps? Or, like, what surrounding area is it in?
Yeah, so it's in the forest. You know, it's not too far in, but once we get above Padden, we're gonna have to head back in. And of course there were a few traps, but there was no one around, and it was not easy, but yeah, everything was fine. I mean, I was able to do it by myself, so I'm assuming the 4 of us can handle it.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that hopefully won't be an issue. You said it's near Padden. Do you know a lot about that area and that surrounding? I mean, because I know it's pretty far to the west, but it sounds like, you've been over there for some time.
It's a lot like Druissi, not quite as cool, but it's, it doesn't have the Numenera in the center of town. It's just kind of a podunk. It's fine. So, but we'll be about a day, 2 days away from it. So I don't think we have to worry about it unless we want to go there for supplies.
I think Hillian's like, Well, I did just use a cipher. I think I need some. Well, what do we have in our pack? And Hillian will begin rummaging.
I was gonna say, we got a lot of stuff still just sitting in a nebulous pack.
Yeah.
I just took a peek at it. I don't know if y'all saw my message, but I realized I was down a cipher, and so I threw one from the party pack into my pack.
Yeah. Luckily, you have the Anines, so they make it to where you can carry more ciphers and stuff. Otherwise, you all would be having to roll on the too many ciphers table, which could be fun. But no. Have to be all set. Okay. So, you're also freaking rich. I'm going to have to arrange for someone to steal your money. This is...
Excuse you.
Y'all are packing up and, unpacking, getting ready for bed. Who's taking first watch?
I think Railu will. I think Railu wants to stare at the plains through the trees.
That seems reasonable. Go ahead and give me that sweet, sweet percentage roll. And you don't have any advantage on this one unless you have something to help you with it.
No, I don't have anything.
Roll it up.
So we're going low, but I'm concerned now that we've talked about how that works. So we're going to go low, but...
Okay.
Yeah, 95. I called that immediately.
Oh, no.
That is a Railu.
Okay, every time someone misses dice, it can't be a Railu. Best case scenario, it's an Aaron. Like,
Let's see. Oh, what is that?
Ray Jiraskar in a trench coat.
That's a very large trench coat.
I actually want that to be one of the deities of this world.
Whoa.
But is it couture?
Okay. I have got to see if I can find a picture of this thing, because...
Oh, no.
What? What on earth? So,
Maybe it's friendly.
This is... No. Well, I can find the mathematical equivalent. So, cool.
The mathematical equivalent of what?
Railu,
Yes, that's me.
I would like a percentage... Not a percentage, no. Let's make this a perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna put some effort into that.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we're gonna put 2 effort into that because whatever we ran into that has a mathematical equivalent is terrifying to Aaron. Railu probably not, but I'm scared. Why do I never roll properly? What?
All right.
Oh no, it did. Okay, cool, it worked.
So, your grand total is 9.
So I don't know why it does +2. I put 2 edge. I didn't put +2, so it's
Okay.
13. It took the correct points out, but it does that weird +2 for some reason.
Okay. So, that gives you a pretty solid score. You have a surprise round worth of time to take an action. Before
What do I
that,
see?
what's Hillian doing?
Probably sleeping.
I was gonna say.
Probably
Where are you sleeping?
snoring. Maybe purring. Haven't decided.
Where in the area of the camp are you sleeping? How close would you be to where the Railu is? If Railu's looking out north, where are you?
Railu's not strictly looking out north. That was just a.
I get it, but let me...
I think Hillian would be up, like, probably snug up to the fire or whatever is left of the fire.
So you're sleeping, and suddenly your oddity goes off that tells you that there are eggs around.
Oh.
It's loud.
Okay.
It's pretty loud.
Okay.
So, Railu, you hear that go off, and then you see something huge start to lift up out of one of the trees. You have a surprise round because it is just sort of waking up and looking around, and it is gigantic. You can assume it's heard this alarm. What are you going to do?
I'm so torn between kick somebody and be like, wake up and run, or like smash this egg thing.
What does your egg thing look like again?
I was going to ask that.
I think last time we discussed it, it was kind of a bracelet, but I don't recall, to be honest.
I feel like that's right. It was a bracelet, but it's not the slap bracelet.
It is not the slap bracelet. That's different.
So,
Well, since I'm not going to like step on Hillian's wrist, I was hoping it was like a weird divining rod or something. Railu's going to like basically run over and shake Hillian. It's like, shut up your bracelet, Hillian. Something is moving up there.
Eggs?
Hillian, shh. Turn off the bracelet. There's a giant thing moving.
Well, you really can't turn it off. You just touch eggs to it.
I go and wake up the other two, and I'm like, there's something moving. I think we need to go.
you have the chance to wake up Hillian. And I think the alarm will wake other people up, but I would like you to roll initiative, the two of you who are awake.
All right.
I think it's just a straight roll, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Actions.
13.
1.
Oh my.
Okay.
I think it's initiative, and I don't think that counts.
It does not.
God.
Okay. I would like you both to make 2 int rolls. The first one, well, I would like Railu to make 1. I would like Hillian to make 2. The first one is to determine how awake you are. And if you fail that one, then you have disadvantage on the second.
Would it be perception or just flat int?
This would be flat int because this is to identify. Ooh.
17.
You
for the
are
first
awake.
One. I mean, eggs.
So, eggs. Oh, I see what's causing that. Okay, hold on. So I applied 1 level of effort, so it's going to be like a 15-ish.
Okay. And your second one?
All right. A 4.
Okay. So, Railu, you actually recognize this. I don't know if you saw one. So, I'm going to tell you what it is, and then you can tell us how you know what this is. Got it?
Perfect. Yes.
This is called a tetrahydra. These large creatures are approximately 6 feet tall. They look like black feathered tetrahedrons with beaks and big wings. Based on reports from an early Ninth World naturalist, they were believed to be legless. However, tetrahydras have 4 tentacles that they keep coiled along their lower half. The tentacles uncoil and can be used as feet and weapons.
Nope, don't like it.
Do you have a picture?
No, I don't.
It sounds terrifying.
Hydra.
Yes.
Oh, it sounds so gross. So is it a bird? Like a tentacle bird?
They're animals. So, it's an animal.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Railu probably saw this in like a weird traveling circus or like caravan that came through
Okay.
Railu has seen this creature like in a cage not a cage, we're not doing that. Railu saw this creature like traveling with the circus. There was like a band of traveling like animal tamers, and like, one of them was riding this.
And they can definitely be trained. They're animals, and maybe not domesticated, but they can definitely be trained. I think in that, give me an int roll to determine how much you remember of that experience, other than that is a weird, scary looking thing.
All right.
17.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. you remember that when they were, showcasing this animal, they told you how they went into the forests and they used, a team to sort of bait the parent out, and then they went in and took the eggs, because if you take the eggs, you can raise them to be attack beasts, or maybe not, just animal companions. You cannot ride them, they're too weirdly shaped. But you can use them as guard beasts. You can, basically train them like any animal companion.
Does Railu remember how they lured the...
Yeah, basically, anytime when they have eggs, when they've laid eggs, any disturbance will draw out whichever parent is sitting the nest at the time to investigate, and that's what they did. So you know pretty clearly that with Hillian's egg locator going off and this thing coming up, it's because you are too close to its nest and it is ready to kill you to protect its nest.
Railu's like, yep, move, we need to move, let's go.
You all have, well, let's see, what was the highest?
13 was my initiative.
13?
You want me to roll?
No, you're not awake yet. Let's see
okay,
what
good.
Okay, well, you get to go first, the whole party. So this turn, Marcus and Cage are waking up, and they'll be able to react next turn. Railu and Hillian, what do? You see this tetrahydra coming at you, and it does not see you yet, but it definitely hears you.
Yeah, Railu looks at Hillian and is like, get the Anine and get the stuff, let's go. And Railu will pick up like their pack, because Railu probably like uses it as a pillow, and like goes over to the Anine and starts to like get them ready.
I think Hillian will jump up, start throwing stuff into a pack, and pick up Jacques and start moving towards the edge of camp and start just waking people up.
Wherever Hillian goes is the direction that the tetrahydra is going to be paying attention and heading towards. You all are on the edge of the forest. This thing isn't that big, but it's pretty large, and it is going to come flying in. You do have advantage on defense because they tend to attack from the air, and you are inside the forest, so it's a little harder to maneuver. The trees are a little thin, so it's still got some ability to attack. So, Hillian, if you would please roll speed defense for me.
Yeah, so that's a 6. I think that Hillian is really concerned about just reacting at this point, isn't putting effort into it, because they're still like half asleep, even as the adrenaline is starting to get them pumping and moving.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah. Your target number was above that, so it does hit you. It folds its wings and flies in, and it will attempt to hit you with one of its 4 beaks.
Okay.
That's going to do 4 points of damage.
Okay.
If you would roll speed defense a second time.
I think Hillian's going to apply some more effort.
Okay. Oh. not only do you manage, so the beak comes in and just hits you in the shoulder hard, and then you see one of its tentacle feet appendages unroll and come to slap at you and wrap around you and grapple you. And no, that is not a good image. And it's trying to grapple and basically squeeze you to death so that one of its 4 beaks can just start eating you. Luckily, with your 18, you not only avoided, but you can regain 2 extra points of health if you want to do a recovery roll right now.
Yeah, I think. I think Hillian will try to gather some resolve as he regains his footing. So absolutely.
Okay.
So that'll be 6 points.
All right. So you get 6 points of health returned, and that will be the end of the Tetrahydra's turn, and it is actually standing on the ground currently. Now, everyone else can join the fight. Marcus is going to spend their time getting the Anines packed up and ready to roll. As soon as you all are ready, get them moving. But that is what they're doing. So what are the other 3 of you planning on?
I mean, yeah, if we're Autobots rolling out, then I'm ready to go.
It's gonna take at least a turn, so
I mean, Railu will jump in and try to defend Hillian if Hillian's getting attacked. Like if someone else is taking care of the Anine, like until we're ready to go, I'll jump over and defend Hillian.
It'll take Marcus, since it's 4 of you. It's gonna take Marcus a little time to get everything thrown up and secured on the Anines. So figure at least 2 more rounds of combat. So
yeah, I'll protect Hillian. And honestly, like, I'm more so taking a protective stance, which I think is a thing. But if not, then yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm protecting Hillian.
Okay. So how are you protecting Hillian from?
I mean, this thing is coming at Hillian. So Railu basically pulls out one razor ring and like the sword, and is using the sword mostly to like do blocks. And the razor ring is kind of like, hey, you come at me and I'm going to hit you.
Okay.
So just putting myself between Hillian and like the thing. Not so much as like Hillian can't do this, but like hey, 2 is better than 1.
What? So you're taking the defend task?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that right now. But yeah, that's
basically
there it is.
You get a second defense after a successful hit. Draw the attack.
I'll do distract. That's mostly, I'm trying to make it harder for this thing to hit Hillian, so I'll distract. So Railu basically comes up and like gets in its face and starts like making like sudden movements and kind of like swiping at it but not trying to hurt it.
Make a roll for me, please. Speed.
What am I rolling? Speed? Okay. Where's my character? Why my character?
Remember, this thing has 4 heads, so it can pay attention on multiple fronts, so you'll have to roll really well to impose this. I don't know. It's right here on my screen.
Yeah, it was on mine, but it's no longer.
Give me a second. Let me pull up the characters. And I have cleared the owner, so now you should be able to go into characters and reclaim it.
Okay. Yes,
there you go.
I have no idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
easy fix.
Speed. What do I have in speed? How do I move? And then I'll put in 1 point of effort.
Oh,
that's not 6. Not great.
Yeah.
Ooh.
does not, unfortunately, meet to be able to grant that, but cool. You did grab a little bit of attention, not enough to distract, but some attention. Charlie or Hillian? Who's going?
Why doesn't Charlie go? Because Hillian's kind of dominated the action here for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I assume it looks like Marcus is got it under control in terms of packing stuff up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I think Charlie might try to also distract. Especially since there's so many heads. Like if there are multiple people distracting, that would maybe be beneficial.
Sure.
Too many beaks.
So roll you can roll speed, or you can do something else to grab attention.
Trying to see if I had anything that would be helpful, but I don't really think I do. So I'm just going to use, I think I'll use speed, and I'm gonna apply 2 levels of effort.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh!
That's a nat 20, Chad.
That is a nat 20. So, a nat 20 in Numenera is a pretty god level roll. So, what exactly do you want to have happen here?
Is
you
it
can
possible
have
Oh, go ahead.
distraction, but also a major effect. You can knock them down, you can stun them, you can give them an impairment of some sort.
I think I was thinking something that would give us extra time, and I think stunning would probably be great, that it would give us an extra turn to make something happen.
Okay, sure. So you stun this thing, and with a major effect like that, you also have increased all task difficulties for this tetrahydra for the rest of your encounter. So everything is one step easier for you and one step harder for it.
So Charlie basically painted a tunnel onto a tree and then stepped aside.
Well, and that's just it. I want to ask, how do you do this?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Because I don't picture Charlie being the type to really be able to succeed on something like this. So to get a nat 20, I'm sure that it's very unexpected. Charlie is, it's probably something that almost seems really lackluster, but for whatever reason, this creature is really distracted by it. And Railu, who just made a really valiant effort in attempting to distract it, probably looked like they put way more effort into it than Charlie did. Mm-hmm. And Railu's probably sitting there what? Why did that work?
Railu jumped in front of it, and you were like, "You want the steak? Go get it!" And it worked, and I'm like, "Okay."
Well, so remember, whatever you did also stuns it. So
right.
What do you do? What do you?
So I think maybe Charlie was "Hey, Big Bird, over here!" and then runs, and then I don't know, maybe dodge behind a tree, and the thing ran into the tree. It's sort of how Hillian was describing.
Awesome. Hillian, what will you be doing?
Hillian will be stuffing the egg detector, trying to get it off his wrist, and then tries to stuff it as deep down into the bag as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that does not muffle it that much, though.
No, it does not.
Awesome. And then, so I think Hillian will be going a little bit. Actually, so how far away from the plains are we?
You are probably about 50 feet. And I do want to remind you how much Hillian loves eggs.
I am aware of this, but there's a chthonic bird like bearing down on us.
You all have been kicking its butt. Like,
It has
amazing.
4 beaks, Kelric. It has 4 beaks.
And somehow you found its butt to kick.
So I think for the party, Hillian will be running into the plains.
Okay. Here's where we are. Marcus is frantically throwing things and securing them on the foreignines and keeping them calm so that they don't run away. This tetrahydra has flown in because Hillian's egg detector went off and captured its attention. Hillian has been attacked, recovered more points than they lost, and is running towards the plane by themselves. Railu has tried to distract them by... How did you try to distract them? What did you do that failed? You're muted.
I was literally just getting in between it and Hillian and making noise.
Okay, so you have jumped in front of Hillian, who has then turned and run off, leaving you. As that's happening, Charlie has grabbed its attention, run behind a tree that it has run 2 heads right into, and stunned itself.
It's Hornet Protocol.
That's I think we're gonna end for today. We went a little over our normal time, but I figure that makes up for all the times that we start a little late. And this was awesome. Thank you all for playing with me. Why don't we start with Kenny and say our goodbyes?
Yeah, my name is Kenny. You can find me on Twitter at PunterDrone. When I'm not playing this really fun game with these amazing folks, you can find me as the narrator on our Saturday game where we play Starfinder. I narrate, and we are playing the Dawn of Flame Adventure Path. Right now we are really close to finishing up our the second book called Soldiers of Brass. And you can kind of check in and find out what sort of hijinks the crew of the what was it, the
GD Hoopty?
The GD Hoopty. Yep. The crew of the GD Hoopty, what they get up to. And this Monday, if you go to the Wandering DMs channel in the evening, we are playing our final episode of Castle Falkenstein. So come check us out there for all your Victorian steampunk awesomeness.
Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with us today. We really always enjoy when folks are hanging out and chat with us. But I'm Cage and I've been Charlie for you today. You can find all my socials, streams, podcast appearances, and creative projects on my website, ragecagerugger.com. That's RAGEKAGERUGGER.com. And in particular, I want to highlight that if you're joining us live today, I want to let you know that tonight at 5 p.m. Central Time, I'll be live on my channel for my very first DM on stream. I'll be running my adventure, the Druissi Jubilee, for a couple of friends. So feel free to stop on by in a few hours tonight.
Nice. And I am Aaron. Thank you all for being here. It's been a lot of fun chatting with you all. You can find me at Space Persona on Twitter. And then I have been on a big stream hiatus lately because of the smoke here in Southern Washington and then some other stuff that came up. But I will be starting up again probably this coming Wednesday. But go to my Twitter for updates. And my Twitch is Catalyst, KATOLYS. You can play a bunch of different games there. So you can find me at both those places.
And I'm Kelric. You can find me on Twitter at Cormallon, CORMALLON. Or I also manage the EQ Points Twitter account, so I monitor that all the time. I am happy to talk to any of you. My other things besides this are playing in the Starfinder game that Kenny narrates, and then I think that's all I've got going on now. I am looking to add another person to this cast, and we're also looking for another player for our Starfinder game. So if anyone's interested, check out our EQ Points Twitter account for more information. And I think that's it for today. Thank you all so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you next week for Starfinder and in 2 weeks for our next game.
Woohoo.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching or listening to Qmenera. If you're looking for more TTRPG podcasts in your life, we recommend checking out all of the shows on the Be Gay Roll Dice Network. Every show there is fantastic, and who doesn't want more LGBTQIA content? If you like what we create, then you should also listen to our Starfinder cast, a story utilizing Paizo's Starfinder system. We have an awesome cast of folks following the Dawn of Flame adventure path and improving our way into fun and funny situations. You can easily find us and all of our recent episodes on our website, experiencepoints.com. We thank you so much for listening and supporting us, and please don't forget to leave a review on iTunes and wherever you listen to your media. Bye.
Hi, welcome to the Eternity Archives, an actual play podcast where we take on the role of archivists working for an interdimensional library that catalogs and protects the fabric of reality. As archivists, we are tasked with journeying out into the realms, taking on characteristics of people from that reality, and remedying whatever issues may be causing a disturbance in the dimension.
Every arc we'll be playing a different RPG, maybe even returning to systems we like later on, but this is a fun way for us as players and you as listeners to explore and learn about different tabletop systems.
We'll discuss the rules, create sheets for our characters, and play a short campaign to get a feel for the game. Afterwards, we'll do a bit of discussion. We'll talk about what we liked and didn't like, and what we'd know to do better next time.
I'm Kite, and I am playing Ril de Drakel, and they are a tiefling nerd.
I'm Ziva. I am playing Linda, the lovable office lady.
And I'm Dorka. My character is Zen, the barbarian lizard princess. Let's get down to some actual playing. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go, boys. This is
The Eternity Archives.